In this video I want to discuss how it's not necessarily about magic or having hopes of magic or hopes of some kind of grandiosity in life. It's about the emotions that you tie to these things. It's about feeling the emotions, the feelings. It's not about the thing. Um, it's about the emotions that you may perceive in experiencing these things. Obviously, this comes basically down to the same idea of the feeling more than anything else. Um, it's about tying the emotions to the experience and how we perceive that and how we find value in certain circumstances based on that perception. So it's not all about having a magical controller as it is having the emotions to what we perceive to be purposeful. So let me break down my notes. So it's not all about having a magical controller, right? So some kind of magical control over our circumstance of reality, feeling like we can change something, feeling like maybe there's a God, someone controlling our experience, listening to a piece of music or whatever it may be. I mean, it's just a different way of looking at how our emotions or our feelings are more important than anything else, and it's just a matter of making that disconnect and realizing that even though we can't disconnect it from reality, because it is part of reality and the things that it interacts with, it's still still has to be tied to these things. It's still something that has a function of itself as well, because it's the feelings that matter, but you can't disconnect the feelings from the interaction that's causing the feelings, and the thing that's causing the feelings, which was based on an interaction to begin with. So it's one of those things where you can only avoid so much in the description. Yes. Emotions. So yes, sorry for the pauses. But yeah, it's about the emotions to what we perceive to be purposeful or whatever it is. Yeah. So the basic idea is it's not about the magic that we apply to the universe. It's about the emotions that we get out of these circumstances, the feelings. It's not about um, looking at the sky and getting a gooey the sky. It's about getting the gooey feeling from looking at the sky. And that disconnect is that you can realize that a lot of these feelings can be so easily disconnected from these experiences because you can be conditioned. Obviously, it comes down to conditioning. Obviously, it doesn't mean you can disconnect it. It's still an interaction you have with reality, but it's something that exists in reality, and there's only so much you can do to change the interaction. But it still can be something that can be conditioned and changed, um, regardless of um, regardless of whatever it may be. Um, sorry, I'm just losing my train of thought trying to remember something. Anyway, let me imagine. So it's about tying our emotions. I'm just trying to remember exactly what I was saying in these notes. It's about having the emotions that are tied to these feelings of um, mysticism, magic, or feelings, interactions with reality. Um, it's about the emotions, about the feelings, and it's just the same idea. And I'm trying to find a way to change it differently, but it's the same idea. I knew I had a different intention when I was making the idea. That the idea was rolling around in my head, but it's the same basic idea of feelings and what's causing the feelings. It's not about having a magical controller. It's about the feelings that you have and what you perceive to be purposeful based on those emotions. Because the only thing that means anything is the emotions, and what we perceive to have feelings is through our emotions and our intelligence or whatever it may be. Yes, our emotions do control in many ways our perception, but in many ways our emotions don't control the things, our recognition of purpose. They just control their interaction, their reaction. While our intelligence can control more of our recognition of some kind of purpose or reason or idea that may exist in reality. Our intelligence tells to us more, while our emotions are more of an interaction, I suppose. So our emotions are more of an interaction, a reaction to our intelligence, which is more, not necessarily our intelligence, but, our interaction, our direct physical interaction with reality. But, uh, yeah, it's, our emotions are more a reaction, and our the control we perceive, or our intelligence, is more of something that can cause or see purpose or something like that. But the emotions that we have and the feelings we have can be something that can skew those emotions or those perceptions that have meaning. Um, they can skew those perceptions and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, but yeah, I guess I can just read my notes again and see if it makes sense. But I want to make these videos because I want to make sure at least I get these videos across. The longer I wait, the more it's going to be like I'm going to forget something, so I might as well try my best to make a video now. And if I can't remember, I can always make a video later. So, yeah. So it's not all about having a magical controller, as it is having the emotions to what we perceive to be purpose felt or purposeful. So yes, it's not about the control or the magic that we experience or what we want. It's about the emotions that we would feel from that magic or what we perceive to be some kind of magical or experience or any experience we can tie to any emotion we have. It's not the thing, it's the emotion that we have. And the emotion's what we're going for, but the emotion doesn't give a purpose, it's just a reaction. And the intelligence, more than anything, or our thought processes are the thing that maybe tell us more about what we can perceive to have more. It's really just a projection when it comes to our emotions. It's an experience that can be conditioned in or out of us. So, yeah. I don't know. I think that's really all I'm going to make of this video. I don't know if I can say anything else, but that's... I think I got something out of the video, at least. So it's something. Let me just reiterate my notes and see if it makes any more sense. I can always make a video next time on this, but it's still worthy of making something like this anyway. Get something out of each video, at least try to get something out of at least every video, right? So it's not all about having. It's not all about having a magical controller, as it is having the emotions to what we perceive to be purpose felt or purposeful. I can't even read my own notes. Yeah, I'm silly, right? So anyway, I feel sorry for myself. But yeah, basic. Just give me like 5 seconds. Let me see if I can contemplate, if I can have a eureka moment, a light bulb go off in my head. Yeah. Oh, let me reiterate the notes one more time. I was leaving out a word. It's not all about having a magical controller, as it is having the emotions to what we perceive to be a greater purpose felt. So we're feeling some kind of greater purpose, and we're perceiving some kind of greater purpose, and we want to experience some kind of greater purpose. And it's not about having a magical controller, but it's about having the emotions to what we perceive to be a greater purpose felt. Trying to make something of it. But yeah, feeling a greater purpose based on our emotions. Having some greater purpose, feeling some kind of grandiosity. It's not as much about the magic, but it's the emotions that we feel based on that magic that we're experiencing. Something like that, I guess. I guess if I have to put an analogy to it. It's about the emotions of some kind of greater purpose of existence rather than the magic that's controlling the perception or whatever it may be that's allowing that greater purpose to happen. It's not about Jesus, or it's not about God. It's about the purpose that God creates based on our emotions. Even though God is the thing that you may perceive to have some kind of magical controller, it's not the thing that matters as much as the emotions of some kind of grandiosity beyond that that you may experience. So, yeah. Anyway, I guess that's what I want to say. It's not all about having a magical controller, as it is about having the emotions to what we perceive to be a greater purpose felt. Yeah, whatever that means. Anyway, I guess that makes enough sense. I'm not going to go on any longer. I'm sorry. Anyway, if I can make anything more of that, I can always edit another video. So I'm sorry. This is kind of a waste of a video, but it's still worth uploading. Shows some of the thought process that goes into the videos anyway. Kind of a failed attempt at least trying to muster something up in a video, so regardless. If I have anything else to say in this video, I can always mention it in another video, so thank you, and until next time. Bye.